On rare occasions when you're working with Texas Beyond History, you will discover that a page was not added from the original site into the current site, and you have to do it yourself manually. Now, when you're working with that kind of a page, you'll have to do all of the things in the formatting checklist too, but you'll also have to manually import the page. So I'm going to show you the parts of the page that you have to do besides these. You still have to do all these, but there's an extra import step. So once you're done with the video that I'm doing now, go on and carry out all these things with the same page. Okay, so what do we have to do to import a page? First, I'll show you an example page that needs to have that happen to it. We've got this 5-page section called Timber Hill and the credits and sources. When we go and we look at one of the Timber Hill pages, well, first we notice that when we look at all of the Timber Hill pages, there's only 4 of them. But when we go to one of them and look at it, in the menu, we also don't see the 5th Timber Hill page. So the one that we're missing is this credits and sources page. Somehow it didn't get added. So we have to add it. So first thing we do is we go to exhibits and we go to add new. All right. Go into the original page, grab the page title, and make that title here. And then we go down to the exhibit types, and we're going to click on Timber Hill. Let me find it. There it is. And I'm just going to, for now, just hit publish right there. And so now we've got our page. We just don't have the content. If we wanted to go to the menu, we could do that, and we could probably find the Timber Hill page that we just created and add it in here. Let's do that. Oh, can't find it. Oh, that's because it's not a page. It's an exhibit. Which one is this? Credits ampersand sources. Okay, so we got a bunch of options here. No, I'm not going to do this. You get it. Okay, but how do we copy this text in? So one thing that we want to avoid is we have to add all this text in, but we want to do it as cleanly as possible. So we just want to add just the text. So I'm going to copy this here. You'll note that I've missed this first section here. And I'm going to open a program called Text Edit. And I'm going to paste it in. Oops. No, Text Edit won't work. We need a editor that will not transfer any of the formatting. Let's see. Maybe WordPress has something for us. Yeah, it does. It has a paste as text button. So when I paste this all in, it comes in just the text. That's exactly what we want. Perfect. And then turn this off. And let's go back here, get the rest of that text. All right. And here, paste this text. Go up to the top, paste it in. Okay, good. So now we've got all the text. So that's very important. Paste as text. We also need to get these images in. Notice that I skipped this click images to enlarge instruction. We won't be using that. I skipped all of the menu stuff at the bottom, and I skipped all of this stuff up here at the top. So that leaves these 2 pictures. Now you might be tempted to right-click on here and save image as, and to download that image so that we can copy it. Or you might be tempted to just try to drag it in. Either one of those things would work, ultimately, but they're not what we want. Part of it is that, right, what you notice right here is the name of this image is Mark SM. That SM stands for small. We don't want an image this size. We want a bigger image. So Texas Beyond History, when you click on that, you get that big image. So we're going to do Save Image As, and now you see it's Mark LG, and I'm going to put it in my Pictures folder, and we got that. We got Mark, and then we'll go to Molly, and Save Image As Molly Large. That's good. And the other thing I'm going to do is actually I'm going to keep these two pages open because sometimes they have different captions between here and the larger images. I'm not sure they do in this case, but just to be sure, I'm going to keep these open. Yeah, I guess they are the same. Because if you have to choose between the two of them, you always choose the longer one, which will usually be here. All right, so we got our two images. Go back to the exhibit, and you'll notice the way we're going to add media, upload files, and I'm going to pull these two images in together, just like that. And now they're added. You'll notice that each of them has a caption area, and we're going to put those captions in. So Molly's caption right here, Mark's caption right here, good. So then I'm going to tick both boxes, and we're going to insert them both into the page. There's Mark, and there's Molly. Now we don't actually want them to be quite that large, so we're going to actually choose a smaller version of the image to be in the page. But we want that larger image to be on our server so that if we need it for any purpose, we've got it. Alright, so we'll use the mediums. And I'm going to align this one to the left, and I'm going to align this one to the right. And so we can get that same kind of effect that they wanted there. Right, and that's how you do it. And now when we hit save, it appears here in the Timber Hill. It's not going to yet appear in the menu. We'll have to add that, but that's for another video.